Hey everybody, Aaron here, and this is another surprise attack review. And today we're going to be looking at Kimi no Eisen next season, or Rumbling Hearts next season, depending on how you actually want to name it. So, you know, one thing about anime that I always run into is when you're watching a really good series, and you're like, oh man, it finally ends, and you just wish there was more. You're like, oh, I wish there was a little more, a few more episodes, or I wish they would have like something like this or that happening instead at the end. And just you keep clamoring and whining about more and more. You want more of something great, and almost like sugar or candy. I don't know if you guys experience the same thing, but I can't eat a lot of sugar or candy. If I ever do, it gets you sick. And I think most people it does get sick, but I mean I know some people that are not phased by that. They could eat like millions of pounds of candy. But it's as my parents would used to say when I was younger, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Rumbling Hearts season 2 or next season as it's called is too much of a bad thing, and I'm gonna explain why in my review. So this is not really spoiling anything, but I reviewed Rumbling Hearts way back when. I gave it a very high score. I forgot exactly what I gave it. I think it was like an A something. I have it on my top 50 list of my all-time favorite anime. Rumbling Hearts has always been something that's really been a great series to me. And next season, when it came out, which it came out many years later, it actually came out in 2007 and finished in 2008, while the original version came out in 2003 and finished in 2004. So you can see there's a big, four year age gap in here. But when I heard about next season coming out, I almost didn't want to watch it originally because just the sheer fact that it was like I love the ending of Rumbling Hearts. I thought the ending for Rumbling Hearts was amazing. And next season, what this show does is it goes, what if this would have happened? Now, if you guys don't know, this is based off a visual novel, so it's kind of understandable to a point why they have the whole, what if scenario. Because, I mean, if you play the visual novel, you can choose which one of the girls the main character Takayuki gets with. But in the actual Rumbling Hearts, it was only one girl he gets with, and that's Mitsuki. And that's the spoiler, by the way. If I just said, by the way, I just realized it was a spoiler, but I'm keeping it in there. If you haven't seen Rumbling Hearts by now, it's a really old series. I mean, come on, you probably if you trust me, you'll still want to see it after me talking about this review. But anyways, so what happens essentially here is it's a what if again of what would happen if our main character Takayuki chose not Mitsuki but Haruka, which was his original girlfriend before the quote unquote accident that happened. And this is only 4 episodes long, by the way. Each episode's about 30 minutes long. One of them's being like one's around like 27 minutes, I want to say, but most are like around 30 minutes long. And it's only 4 episodes, but in that 4 episodes, it tries to set up this concept of the what if scenario. It tries to set up where Takayuki now is with Haruka, and they're gonna face their life together and what their trials and tribulations are gonna be approaching their relationship after Haruka now finally has woken up from her coma. Now, I'll tell you right now, without spoiling much, this is a stupid story. Um, Things happen in the first episode alone that almost made me want to stop watching this and not even review it. But my friend who just I recommended Rumbling Hearts to him, and he loved Rumbling Hearts. He thought it was amazing. Um, he recommended, hey, why don't you review the second part? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do that. He's like, come on, you have to, do it for the channel. And I went, whatever. I'll review it. I'll look it. I'll watch it. I'll do it. The first episode made me almost second guess that. It was like I don't think I want to do this. I really don't. But I kept it going. I mean, 4 episodes is not a lot. For this, it was a lot. I mean, I kid you not. Every episode for me was a strain to watch because it takes everything that is great about Rumbling Hearts and deteriorates it by adding a lot of melodrama that wasn't really in the first season. Because I mean, there was melodrama. Don't get me wrong. There was melodrama in the first season. I mean, that's the whole concept of it. It's a romantic drama slash tragedy, etc., etc. But it was all not force fed. It didn't feel like it was forced. And in next season, it feels like it's all forced. It feels like you are watching this and this was made specifically just to be a what if scenario. And that's a problem. I don't think that was a good idea on their parts. Animation for next season looks awesome. I mean, this is again 4 years after the first part came out, and so it's understandable that it's now had a lot of time to get better animation and better graphic quality. But that's the only saving grace of this. Otherwise, Also, this only in Japanese dub. So, excuse me, yeah, well, it is only Japanese dub. There is no English dub for this. Which Rumbling Hearts, if you watched in English dub, you might have an issue switching between the two. I watched Rumbling Hearts originally in both English and Japanese when they came out, but I'll say right now that I would avoid next season like the plague. This is gonna be a really short review. If I had to review next season, Kimi no Eisen, or how about Rumbling Hearts next season, we'll call it, because I keep butchering the name. If I had to review it A through F, D plus. Um, Honestly, do not watch this. I am telling you guys, it might only be 4 episodes. You might have loved Rumbling Hearts, but just think about Candy. Think about that concept of too much of a good thing is a bad thing in itself. This should not have been made by any means. It's like I almost regret watching it because it left a bad taste in my mouth for the actual show itself. And I'm gonna rewatch Rumbling Hearts when I get a chance. Because I actually just bought it recently for a really nice deal. I'm gonna rewatch it just to get this out of my thoughts and forever not remember that this even came out. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it's quick, but I just had to say that this was really like probably one of the worst things I've seen recently. Don't watch it. If you love Rumbling Hearts, just avoid this. Pretend like this does not exist. Do what I did originally. Just pretend like this does exist. Don't listen to your friends who tell you to watch it because you want to review it for your channel. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the review. Please like, comment, subscribe. On the outro now, I have a previous review page. It says previous page, but it'll link you guys to the. Excuse me. It'll link you guys to the previous review. And it's only gonna be on this video for now. So, anyways, guys, until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye.